What is up, my YouTube friends? So, I know the last video kind of ended a little abruptly. GoPro was dying, some other stuff was going on. And yeah, it's kind of hot outside, so I was over for that day. But we got a lot done. The decks are out. I got it all kind of rinsed out. I'm gonna pressure wash and stuff, but I got to do a lot of sanding, like all of this stuff where the old fiberglass was. Unless I can peel it all off like that, that would be nice. Something might have been because I didn't have a battery hooked up, so there was nothing grounding out the motor, but something was like sending signal through everything. When I touched these little screws or the cowling on the motor, it was shocking me pretty good, like from the coil. So I'm gonna have to check the grounds on that. I also, with the no shutdown issue, one sec, let me flip this around. We're gonna fix that eventually too. I gotta get some hydraulic fluid. I think it's just the fluid because the motor works. But yeah, so we got a brand new starter solenoid because this wire right there, this little end that's missing, is this wire there. And what that wire does is that's the ground signal. It sends the ground signal to shut the motor off when you turn the key off. That's why in the beginning of the last video, when I shut the key off, the motor never turned off. But I went to take the bolt off so I could put a new wire on, a new connector, and we ripped the entire bolt off of the starter solenoid. So we're gonna replace the starter solenoid, make sure everything fires. I'm gonna try, I don't really want to buy a battery yet because I don't have an extra battery kicking around. I don't really want to buy a battery just to have it sit around while I do all the paint and prep and stuff like that. So I'm gonna see if I can figure out what was shorting out and why we were getting zapped. It could be something as simple as this isn't grounded good over here on the coil, or something was touching the motor. I'm gonna try to figure that out. I also, the other day, in the video, it kind of sounded like it was running a little lumpy. This coil wire here, let's see if I can get a good angle on this. So this coil wire was kind of wedged over like that, and it was arcing to the motor, which was causing it to run all lumpy like it was. So I moved that around so that it's no longer touching, and it was running a lot better. But yeah, so in today's montage, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna connect this wire, I'm gonna put the new starter solenoid on, then we'll let it run for a little bit. Kind of follow some of the wires around and see why there's a ground issue or what's going on, why I was getting shocked, because I don't want to get shocked every time I go to put the boat in gear. It wasn't a light shock, it felt like I got zapped by a power outlet. These coils put out a lot of power, even though it's a 12-volt system. It got me. Yeah, and then I'm gonna get some more supplies. I gotta get trim and tilt fluid to fill that up and see if I can get the trim and tilt to work, because when I hit the switch, the motor works, so it should work. I don't see why it wouldn't work. And then yeah, we'll do with the joys of video editing, I'll probably sand everything and then show you a clip of when it's all done and sanded down and pressure washed and all nice and clean. Then we're gonna design and lay out the decks. I'm gonna do a little rear deck with, I'm thinking just kind of like a deck piece from like here to here that you sit on, and then a little piece that folds up in the back, so you can just flip it up and have the fuel tanks and the other stuff in the back, and then have some storage or maybe a live well. I might put some holes in it and make it a live well, like just a kind of rectangular area here. Then we'll put a little deck back in the front and some tie downs for a cooler to sit in front of the console, so there's like a seat up there. I'm thinking try to get a big one, like a coffin box style, maybe. We'll see what fits and what we got. But yeah, I'm gonna get after this and I'll see y'all when that's all done and the motor's running. All right, just like that, we are all nice and new and wired up. We got two nice new connectors. I'm gonna heat shrink them down. These are heat shrink connectors, so it seals up on the wire. I just currently can't find my I've got like a little butane heat gun thing, so you don't have like an open flame in here. I just can't find it right now. But then I had to extend this wire because this one broke off, so we got that nice and extended, everything connected back up. Gonna run inside, grab the jump box, and then we'll fire it up. It is warm out today. All right, we're back. So we got all of that fixed up. We got the wires all done up, everything's good there. I got the jump box back here because hooking them, the jump box doesn't really have enough juice to hook it to the battery cables. It didn't really like it. So we're gonna get her primed up here. Pop the ball, make sure that's not kinked up like it was. We got fuel tank sitting over here. We got the jump box, turn the jump box on. Only got 50%, oh no. See if she'll start. Give her a little prime. Ooh. A little bit more prime. Shuts off. Yay! Oh, I'll turn the jump box back on. Gotta love a two-stroke.
The next day.
What is up, my YouTube peoples? Today we are doing my least favorite part of boat building. We are sanding, well, grinding. Gonna knock down some of that, knock down where we're gonna glass. I bought stuff. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make two separate hatches here So I'm gonna take core material and follow this curve here and have like an area here for the anchor and stuff like that, and then this will just kind of be decked over but open so you can see through it. And then for the back deck, I'm gonna leave room for the gas cans so I can run the two gas cans that were in it, one on each side. Keep weight balanced a little bit, also have some extra fuel. And then there'll be a dry storage. Maybe I might build a live well. I got to see how much material I got. I kind of want to build a live well under the seat. And yeah, that's it. So today we sand. I hope y'all enjoy. All right, so we have a lost grinder somewhere. This is a battery one. It doesn't last very long. It's not good for stuff like this. The grinder I was using, it's like a backup old grinder. It died. This battery just died, but we also uncovered an old delaminating, not so good patch. So I really didn't want to put a floor in this boat, but I mean, that stuff a little soft. Let's see how far it goes. We'll kind of go from there. There's also a spot here. It's pretty soft. So as much as I don't want to, I think I may cut the floor out of the boat. And just put the floor back with wood. I'm not gonna get crazy and do a composite deck on this boat. It doesn't need it. The weight would probably be helpful. But yeah, somebody did some jankety stuff there. Plus I can also run a tube if I have the floor cut out from there to there for the trolling motor and some wires and stuff, so I can have them under the console. I don't have to have them up front. So yeah, let's keep chugging along, see what we got. Notice how the fiberglass is coming right off of the core material. Let's see if we can get you guys where you can see. Yeah, you can see that. That went out real nice. Oh, it's just sitting there. Why do people do stuff like that? Why do it right when you can do it over? I'm gonna go get my multi-tool and cut this stuff out. I'll be back. All right, so we have a bunch more crazy random patchwork. We're getting deep now, boys. We're getting deep. I'm gonna cut the whole floor out. I'm gonna cut this right there. This will be flush with that. This is gonna come to here. The deck in. When I do the floor, I'll glass all that back in. I'll get rid of this, that way we have some more room to put a battery and whatnot up there. Yep. So we'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna keep cutting shit out. All right. As much as I did not want to put a floor in it after cutting and seeing what we're working with here, like, that's not how you fiberglass things. This is plywood. I mean, at least the stringers are super solid. Somebody at one point in time poured the stringers. Like, they look bad, but they're good. They epoxy poured, that's solid as could be. Yeah, well, I'm glad I did this because, oh, ew, because it's gross. Like, what were they thinking? Why do people do stuff like this? Ugh. This was just, wasn't fix it, fish it. It was just slap her together and fish her. But it's okay. Ooh. And I was only, like, this seemed solid. I was only gonna go halfway, but then I did this. Where is it? I don't know if you can see that. But there's not supposed to be water shooting out of there. So we're gonna come all the way to the back. At least the transom is solid. So, new deck. Now I'm gonna keep cutting things out. And now at least we can run a pipe. I'm gonna run a pipe from here up to the front so we can run electronics and trolling motor wires and speakers or whatever else we want to run. We can run it from here nicely up front. I may even get rid of, no, I'm not. I actually kind of like that hatch hole thing. Makes it easier for rigging. All right. Well, it was a pleasure, everybody. I'll see y'all once I get all the floor ripped out. Yeah. That's not good. So in essence, what somebody did was they poured some foam, or took whatever foam was in the boat, just slapped some fiberglass and plywood on top of it. And that's not good. So we're turning into a little bit bigger project than originally anticipated. But it's okay, because we're gonna make it right. Alright, I'm gonna get the rest of it cut out, get all this cleaned out, and then we are going to need to order more material. This is probably going to be a shorter video because I don't really have I'm gonna have to get more stuff now. I am going Friday. I'm going lobstering, so I'll have a video of that, diving, catching lobsters. But yeah, in the meantime, this is where we're at. Project Soft Floor, we're gonna call this boat. Project Soft Floor. So, alright y'all, it's always a pleasure. But for today, that's gonna be it.